research is like, you are late to the party. They were talking about a topic from years now. You're already late to the party.
Yeah.
So party is going on. And the party has small groups. They're already formed. And they're talking something that interests them, You just can't go to the party and stand in the middle and shout something new. Research is about joining an ongoing conversation.
Hey there, this is Discorso, the IIM Bodh Gaya podcast. This is the second episode of our conversation with Professor Nishant. And today we'll be delving into how to select a topic for research.
So now we'll move on to what was the intent of the podcast.
Okay.
To know more about research, how people can go into the field of research.
Yeah.
So, if we look at problems in the world, there are a lot of problems.
Okay.
And when someone selects a problem and they go deep into the problem, you can fall out of love with the problem.
Okay.
So, how do you address this issue?
Yeah. So, if I can kind of put down into words what you are trying to ask, that what should be my research topic. So, if I would be a PhD student, and I was, and that is the most excruciating and most painful, and I also say most enriching part of your journey. So in the initial 2 years, you kind of find what is a topic. So you see a lot of topics, a lot of problems, and then you try to see, maybe I love this, but my, advisory, professor does not love this, and then as you say, maybe the political people might have issue on that. You might want to write on gender identity, but your institution is not willing to write on it. You may want to write on how money is being trying to use as a manipulative tool, but your institution is not right. So the point is, your interest matters.
Okay.
But relevance always wins. Yeah. So while choosing a topic, I come across a lot of PhD students which talk about, I love this, so I'll just work on it. But no one else is working on it. Research is about joining an ongoing conversation. So I love this analogy. So this is given by J. Barney. So he's a very, very beloved researcher. So he gave this resource-based view, very famous for that. So I think so one of his paper is more than 1 lakh citations. Imagine the kind of impact that he has done on research. So he says that research is like, you are late to the party. Okay. So obviously there are more humans who are born before you. You're already late to the party.
Yeah.
So party is going on. And the party has small groups. They're already formed. And they're talking something that interests them, And they've been talking for years now. They were talking about a topic from years now. You just can't go to the party and stand in the middle and shout something new.
Okay.
Correct. Very rude to be that. So what do? You go around, you have some snacks, you talk, you listen to some conversation. Yeah. So first you listen and then lead.
Oh.
Yeah. So you join a group. Listen to what is the ongoing conversation. What are people already talking about? And then, if you're smart enough, then you lead the conversation. As soon as there is a pause, that is a research gap, you lead the conversation with something surprising. And that makes the research relevant. To join the ongoing conversation.
Okay. So, there are a lot of conversations that happen in the academy.
Correct.
And there are a lot of gaps. So, when you're trying to address a gap,
correct,
how do you decide if that addressal would have actual social impact on ground reality?
Okay, so that is one trick to do. That is, go with people who are very hardworking, diligently, rigorously with gold standards, trying to figure out what is important is the SDGs.
Okay, sustainable development.
So you go to the SDGs, read all the SDGs and see what is the most important SDG you want to contribute.
Okay.
So now the question of impact has gone.
Yeah.
Like, will it have impact or not? Now the question is to you. The ball is on your court. Can you make a significant impact to the ongoing conversation of the SDG?
So, sir, what are other ways we can use to find good topics?
Okay. So one way I told you is go to Google Scholar, do this extension and see on your topic which is of your interest. So start from your interest. On your interesting topic, are there FT50 papers published in the last 5 years or not? Yeah. Another way is to go to a journal. So go to this FT50 list, find out the journals of your interest. So for example, if I want to publish in entrepreneurship, so there's a journal called ETP, Entrepreneurship Theory and Practice. There's a journal called Journal of Business Venturing. There's a journal called Strategic Management Journal. So these are the 3 important outlets because ultimately paper has to go there.
Okay.
So you first go and read the scope, the aim, the kind of publications that are happening over there. Problem with most of the research scholars is that they will write a paper and then find a journal, which is a stupid thing to do, because what does the journal want? That you contribute to the ongoing conversation in that journal.
Okay.
So if you do not know a journal, then how do you believe that, how you convince the editor that I have been listening to you and I want to join this conversation? So the target in that sense should be to publish in a journal which is of top category and to focus on that.
Okay.
And another interesting way that how it will help you, all these good journals will have something called call for papers, which I mentioned earlier. So a list of stuff where they will do a small literature review, 2-3 paragraphs, and they will list at least 10-15 interesting research questions, which they think are important. And they are the top scholars in your area. They think these are the 10-15 questions which are very important, which you should find. And they welcome and kind of help new researchers to build on that. So if you have 3 journals which are of your interest, which are top FT50, and they have 2 or 3 call for papers, in that sense you will have 100 research questions.
Okay.
So there is no dearth of research questions. Just that you are not trying to find in that way. You do not have a systemic approach. So now you have 100 research questions from top FT50 journals, which the people want to work on. So out of that, how hard it is to choose 10?
Easy.
Yeah. So to choose a topic, you go to a journal, try to see their call for papers, latest issues, and then try to predict what is they want.
Okay.
So your target should be, and then your vibe will match. This very buzzword called vibe. Your vibe will match because a certain journal has a certain scope, aim, and way of doing stuff. Like the Entrepreneurship Theory and Practice Journal will focus more on newer theories and less on empirical data.
Okay.
Even if your empirical data is not that great enough, your method is not that sophisticated enough, but your idea is very important. You've done a very good theoretical insight. They will publish it.
Okay.
Because they want to lead the conversation. There are some other journals which will be very empirics heavy. They will not just see that you have a good story, but where the story comes from. Like the top journals are the Academy of Management Journal and the Academy of Management Review. The Academy of Management Review only papers, theory papers, only publish theory papers. So if you submit your paper to them, it is more empirical paper. They will suggest by themselves that please aim this paper for Academy of Management Journal and not to us.
Okay.
And most of the editors, when I talk to them, they face this issue that people, even without reading the aim and scope of a journal, just submit the paper.
Okay.
So whenever you submit a paper, get the cover letter ready. The cover letter is a document of communication to the editor that why I think this paper should be published in your journal. And over there you write, what is the ongoing conversation, how I have been listening, and how I contribute to your readers. And this is not what you do at the end of the paper. This is what you should do in the beginning of the paper.
Okay. So cover letter and journal are of utmost priority.
Correct.